and to be a man yard could tell a matter matter dream to the taking a man now dado mashiba.
This song is composed and performed by a group of young doctors. Making music together is a way for them to cope with the deteriorating situation in Myanmar. When their township came under attack from the military on 14th and 15th of March, they stepped up and worked around the clock, saving countless lives. Some went as far as donating their own blood to save their patients. I got to speak with Amber, who's part of that group of doctors.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Amber graduated from her medical school in 2020 and was only a month into her training when the military coup happened.
I just graduated in 2020.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just a fresh graduate. And yeah.
That must have been a very difficult year too because of COVID, no?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Did you have like a graduating ceremony at all?
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
We were supposed to, but actually we were supposed to have a graduation in February, but everything got canceled. So.
To protect her identity and the safety of her peers, we are keeping all the information related to her work private. And as you may already know, Amber is not her real name. We're doing this not just out of paranoia. In recent days, we have seen reports about bullet holes in medical facilities and healthcare workers being targeted for their involvement in CDM and simply for doing their job, looking after and treating those who were wounded and injured by the military. You'll hear part of our conversation where we talked about how it was like for her, a month into her training, to see a tsunami of mass casualties, how she relates to her patients and peers, how she copes with seeing that level of suffering, and the things she enjoys doing in her free time as a young 20-something-year-old. Amber told me that when she graduated from medical school, she had plans to continue her medical education to become a specialist in either forensic pathology or emergency medicine.
Actually, I had everything planned. In 3 years' time, I'll be like, something. I planned for everything. Mm-hmm. but now I can't even think for what's going to happen tomorrow.
Amber was one of the doctors who reported for duty on 14th and 15th of March when her township in Thingyangun came under attack from the military.
Actually, that was my day off, but I went and helped because there are a lot of patients came in, and we're really short staffed right now. So we're working with minimal staff, and there are lots of patients with gunshot wounds. So,
why do you think you and your colleagues are doing that, like helping out? Why do you think you want to do that?
Because 60% would be to help out the people who are in need. Because if we don't treat them, who will, right? Mm-hmm. So, and they're just helpless, innocent people. Just some are not even protesting; they just got shot because some just walked back to their homes, mm-hmm. or some just went out to get some food for their family, and then they got shot. So they're just harmless, innocent people, and it we can just let them die. So yeah.
I was speaking to another doctor in Yangon. She's a general practitioner, and she was telling me, so this was like on her birthday was on March 14th, that hospitals, ran out of blood. There was like shortage of blood.
Oh yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. So about that, there are a lot of patients came in with gunshot wounds, and we need a lot of blood for them. But it's hard to find blood donors at that hour because it's, I think, around like 10, 11 p.m. So, and there's no one. So we just, I took one of my co-workers' blood for the patient who is a gunshot wound, and he was like really unconscious at the time. So, we're all like willing to donate. And I even signed up for the patient who has the same blood type as me. So if there's anyone who is in need, I'm willing to.
How many physicians and nurses do you think end up doing that night?
I think around 5 or 6. Yeah.
That's very, very generous and commendable.
Yeah. Everybody immediately sign up for that. We have actually a list of over 20 people who signed up for that.
And I've heard that there's no safety, there's no security for doctors and for patients right now. Next, you'll hear Amber telling me how a particular patient from that night of military assault affected her emotionally and how difficult it has been for her and her peers to cope.
So on that night where there are a lot of gunshots, there is one patient that really has an impact on me because he's the same age as me, 24, and he was unconscious, and there are no family members around, and that really hit me because it has all those wounds that are really life-threatening. Like he could just the pressures are really dropping, his vitals are unstable, and he needs a lot of blood, and I was so worried for him. Like, what if he couldn't get through? And what hit me most is that there are no family members to come and look for him because at that hour nobody could come. And I was so worried for my parents as well because I could be that person. All those emotions just piled up, and for us doctors, we're not supposed to be really that emotional when it comes to patients because it would really affect our judgments. But I can't help but feel really emotional that night.
How was it like to see so many people come in with gunshot wounds all at once?
Actually, like, my plan after I graduate was to choose a specialty, right? And I was thinking about being a forensic doctor because mass casualty and most people are really scared. But even when I was a student, I was really fascinated by the idea of treating those mass casualty. But seeing that for the first time, as a doctor, it was really shocking at first to me, and my whole body was just chilling. I just take a moment and then calm myself down, and then we started treating those emergency immediate treatments. But yeah, after we treat all those patients and then I came home, I couldn't help but cry that night because I wasn't able to control myself, my emotions. Yeah, I thought it wouldn't have that much impact on me, but it did. Sometimes I'm grateful all the time because I get to help people who are in need.
Yeah. It seems like you are going through the day trying to go from one task to another, and then only at night when things are quiet, it hits you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you know if your coworkers are also going through similar experiences like you?
Some are just they couldn't help but cry. Some just go into a corner and then just stare at the wall, not talking anything, and most, I think like 1 or 2 lost weight. Most of the patients are not financially stable. Mostly those patients are the breadwinner of their families, so their families has also had an impact because they have to with no income, and seeing them so helpless is just it's hard to see that, and also seeing every day on the internet those dead bodies and all those blood everywhere, shooting everywhere. How are we supposed to help those people, and how am I supposed to help myself? I try to meditate, I try to go for a walk, but it doesn't help.
Do you sleep well at night?
That night when I was working overtime at an emergency with those patients, most of my friends couldn't even sleep. I slept, but I ended up waking up because I bit my tongue. And there was blood.
Oh my God.
I bit it so hard that there was blood. And yeah, some had nightmares. Some just couldn't sleep.
The thing I wanted to ask you is, in some bodies that this is just a rumor that I've heard and reports, right?
Yeah.
That some of the bodies that the military gave back, it looked like they had already done some autopsy.
Have you seen the photos of them?
I have seen a few photos, but the problem that we're thinking like, why is the military doing that?
Yeah. That's what we're trying to figure out, because those autopsies, like I don't know if you know much about autopsies, but usually when like a forensic doctor do an autopsy, it's like a Y shape, right? What I've seen in the photos is not. It's just cut like from the head to the abdomen, and it has a really weird kind of looking, because that's not normally how it's done. I don't know what they're trying to do, but it's really weird.
Yeah, so we are suspecting that if they are harvesting organs and selling them?
No, that's not possible, because to harvest a body, the person has to be, well, at least like alive for a few hours. As a medical professional, I don't think that's possible, and most of the doctors agree with that as well.
So do you think they're just trying to erase like any gunshots or any kind of like...
I think they're just trying to remove the bullets from it's just my opinion.
Amber hasn't seen her family for over a month now. Being on the road day in and day out, traveling from her home to her place of work, isn't necessarily safe for her.
I haven't gone back home for over a month now because of all these situations.
Oh my gosh!
And I don't want to like go back and forth and risk myself.
So she decided to live together with her friends who are also doctors at an undisclosed location. As you can imagine, they spend all of their time together, and this has helped them bond really tightly with one another and has provided a sense of community that is so critical, especially at a time like now. Do you do anything to kind of keep some level of normalcy? Like, what do you do to keep things as normal for you as possible to cope with what's going on?
So we're just like trying to be normal as possible. We talk about our daily lives now, and there are a few of my friends right now trying to write a song. We're just like looking for distractions right now, but it doesn't quite last.
I guess it sounds like there's a lot of talents among your coworkers.
Yeah, we each have a talent. It seems like that. there's this like a guitarist, like a really professional one. He's also he also plays for a band. And then there's me who always cooks.
Oh, your coworkers are lucky to have you.
They say that every day.
Yeah. Do you take orders or you just cook whatever comes to your mind?
Oh, they eat everything. So it's not that hard.
It sounds like you have a group of very dedicated and close-knitted, medical professionals that you're working with.
Yeah. It's although I joined for like over a month now, I feel really close to them.
That was my next question I was going to ask you. You said you talk a lot, you talk every night. Like, what kind of conversations are going on, between doctors? Like, do you guys, what kind of conversations are going on among doctors at night?
Mostly about the wounded patients, and some are a lot older than me, so they have their own families, that they left behind at home with kids. So they're really worried about that, but they can't help but, they could stay at home taking care for them, but the patients are most in need right now.
How do you feel about the future? What do you think is going to happen in the coming days?
I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. We're hoping for the best, but each and every day, we're kind of losing our hope. Things are just getting worse and worse each day, so they're just looking for today. Like, we don't think about tomorrow. We just have to survive today. That's all.
And to be a man could tell a matter to dream, to let taking a man. Now, Dado Mashiba. Sininte yon tabuga alon drapa, Dadila, ya alon kunam jadi hindodri, Darwin Jaya Hlaing Nadu ye the Ni Yao Ji Linza Do Piaja, Nadu ye Banai Shezima, and Yeri Lana Sureja, the Chima Banya Puelama, no way.
Welcome to Padauk Stories. Thank you for listening.